Purchase of band uniforms.
Good afternoon. Dr. Johnson, members of the board, Superintendent Thurman. Band uniforms are typically purchased on a rotating 7-year cycle for every high school. However, due to budgetary constraints, uniforms have not been ordered in DeKalb County School District since October 2011. The Board of Education approved a budget enhancement request this year in the amount of $300,000, and we are thankful. Cross Keys, Redan, Stephenson, and Stone Mountain High Schools received $25,000 each to purchase instruments and equipment as a result of the budget enhancement. In addition, the district will purchase the following quantity of uniforms: Columbia High School, 110 uniforms, Redan High School, 170 uniforms, and Stephenson High School, 175 uniforms at a cost of $461.54 per uniform because of your efforts, and we thank you. The uniform purchase process was facilitated by DeKalb County School District's Purchasing Department. The Division of Curriculum and Instruction collaborated with key stakeholders, including the local school principals, band directors, band boosters, and students. Today, I would like to recognize some important guests. We have Redan High School, Mr. Greg Goodwin, and Mr. Lorenzo Moore. Greg Goodwin serves as the principal, and Mr. Lorenzo Moore is the band director. And we also have Ms. Stephanie Amy, principal, and Mr. Ralph Freeman, band director. For Stephenson High School, Mr. Michael Jones, principal, and Mr. Quentin Goins, band director. They will be here tonight with their students in uniform because they wanted to proudly show you the samples. So we thank you for coming today to show us one sample, and that is from the great house of Redan. Yes. I think so.
Just, I would be remiss if I didn't say I was here to support my band director, because I think it's important that people know that we've received more than $10 million in scholarship opportunities through our band for the last 5 years. We've also led DeKalb County Schools in band scholarships for the last 7 years. So I think that's important.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, and as you can tell, Mr. Goodwin and his staff, they were very involved in the selection process. Fruhoff Uniforms Incorporated was the lowest responsive bidder for Columbia High School and Redan High School. Stanberry Uniforms Incorporated was the lowest responsive bidder for Stephenson High School. It is requested that the Board of Education approve the purchase of band uniforms for Columbia High School in the amount of $50,769.40, Redan High School in the amount of $78,461.80, and Stephenson High School in the amount of $80,769.50. The total expenditure of $210,070 will be paid from general funds. Thanks to the board.
Is there any discussion? Dr. Marley?
I just want to make one statement. I get excited about bands also. I used to be in my high school band. I was close to it, but not. I was a clarinet player. I just want to say, Mr. Goodwin, band director, that Redan and Towers were invited. They've been a part of a Grammy Award-winning drummer, and they participated in activities downtown and all over. And when you hear that the instruments and see the band marching, I mean, it makes such a difference. And so I'm just so pleased to see that we're moving in this direction.
Mr. McMahon?
Thank you, Chairman. And just for our viewing public, we have posted the 7-year cycling of the band uniforms. So this purchase was actually from 2012. That has been delayed 2 years, right?
That's correct.
And that we still have 2013 to make up. And then 2014, which we're currently in, is delayed. So based on our budget process, the board, I anticipate, will try to get back on schedule as quickly as possible without, no pun intended, breaking the bank. But I just want to let the public know that we're in a deficit right now that we're trying to make up. And these are funds that were allocated, but we've skipped a couple of years. And now we're just rectifying another legacy issue that we're getting through. Thank you.
Very good. Is there any opposition to placing this item on the consent agenda? Hearing none. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Chair, if you would allow me to
Yes, sir.
recognize Mr. Goins, he's coming in.
Please.
And the Mighty Jaguars would like to show their sample as well.
All right.
Mr. Goins, sorry to put you on the spot, sir.
While he's unpacking, you may have mentioned that there were also instrument purchases at other high schools that this board voted to finance and support. Now, you might want to at least mention that because some receive uniforms and instruments, and then others just instruments. So you might want to share that, Ms. Stephenson.
Again, Cross Keys, Redan, Stephenson, and Stone Mountain High Schools received $25,000. So this year, Stephenson and Redan have the luxury of having both instruments that will come in as well as new uniforms.
Very good.
And Mr. Roberts, will you assist Mr. Goins, please?
Just hold them up, if you
Just
will.
hold 'em up,
Just
Mr.
hold them up.
We'll have everybody
Yeah.
back tonight, so just show
Right.
just a preview.
Nice.
This is Frank.
Show it to the board. They the ones right. Don't even worry about these folks. It's the board that matters. Don't worry about this. They write the check.
These are the pencils we need to pass it down the line.
No. You just walk down the line. There you go. Just come this way. All right.
And I'll take some of the pressure off for you, Mr. Goins. As he walks down, each band director thought about how they could be creative on the field. So our uniforms, although it looks like one, they have versatility built in. So most of them have and excuse me if I call it the wrong thing, a convertible bibber where it looks like a different uniform. So with Stephenson, they have the luxury of building 3 uniforms in one, but most of them did that to show the creativity.
You just, it went together one day.
Next game, you want to change it.
Thank you, thank you. Chair.
Very good.
Here we go, here we go.
You know, I direct the Stephen band in here.
So, snap the picture, please, snap the picture. Picture.
I directed Stephen to go over nice enough to allow me to direct at a football game. But he didn't give me the hat. I'll be back.
Mr. McMahon would like to make one last comment before we make a decision.
Thank you, Chairman. And just from a cost standpoint, these elaborate uniforms cost on average of $460 a piece. As a parent of an 8th grade cheerleader whose uniform is a lot less than that, my expense on the cheer uniform was more than these. So just to let you know, put it in perspective, we're getting a heck of a deal just from my perspective, because I know how much the cheerleading cost, and it wasn't that much material. So I just want to put it out there.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon.
Give me 2
Again,
of
is
those.
there any opposition to placing this? Again, is there any opposition to placing this item on the consent agenda? Hearing none, this item will be placed on the consent agenda.